Sir placed the shed in the cop's hand, extending from his holster, the other covering his eyes from the glare of dawn. He was not angry or confused, simply bone-weary. Perhaps on his third shift behind him, neighbors gripped coffee mugs, whispering as if they were at a county fair within the creaking shed. Linda Grayson, HOA president, screamed, her voice shaking the wooden walls. I sat on my tractor, pulling the damn thing across the cul-de-sac as if it were a lifeboat in a suburban storm. 10 days ago, Pine Hollow was quiet, a subdivision of manicured lawns, and a 258-page HOA rulebook. That Tuesday I drank coffee, grasping Daisy's leash as sunlight dappled the pines. The mailman nodded. Then I saw it, a fat HOA envelope, sealed like a royal decree. My gut twisted. I called Anna, my wife, who was wrestling our Alexa to stop blasting pop hits. With each cough, she froze, toast in hand, when she saw it. We'd encountered HOA nonsense previously, fines for crooked shrubs, a warning for too many Christmas lights. But this was war signed by Linda herself. The letter stated, "Our shed me father, sheet a blatant disregard of Article 8. See Section 4.1 for its cabin-esque look and visual discord." Visual discord? Our neighbor had a 10-foot inflatable Santa year-round, but our shed was the offense. Anna filled the coffee which I spilled on the letter. Daisy smelled it. Perhaps Linda would see us for that as well. The shed was more than wood and nails. It was the final thing I constructed with Dad before arthritis took his grip. Oak frame, tin roof, a star carved into the top above the door. In there were his tools, my bike, a jar of nickels, and years of dust. It reeked of sawdust and time. I couldn't let it stand at the HOA meeting. I dressed in my finest denim shirt. Anna held a speech. We confronted Linda at a folding table, flanked by Greg, who used to outlaw garden gnomes, and Susan, who cited a neighbor for threatening roses. Linda rapped her clipboard. "Your shed is in violation of code. Take it down in 10 days, or risk fines and demolition." "It's grandfathered," I said. "It's been there 15 years?" Anna said, "It's harmless." Linda's eyes sparkled. "This is not about nostalgia, but about destroying standards." I nearly laughed. Instead, I looked at Anna, and a crazy notion ignited. If they needed it, they'd have to pursue it. We mobilized supporters. I phoned Nate, an old mechanic with a tractor and a welder's torch, who turned up wearing sandals and a tool belt. "What's the job?" he asked. "Move the shed?" I said, "Where TBD?" His smile was a wild one. Maya, a teenage tech whiz who created robots assembled from junk. Welcomed us Laura, and former HOA board member who was removed for voicing dissent over a fence color requirement. Brought schematics. We called it Operation Shed Trek. Anna and Mia infiltrated the next HOA meeting, dressing as concerned citizens. Anna staged a southern drawl. Mia, alias Clara, held a clipboard. They discovered Linda was planning a surprise inspection in 5 days, not 10 with the entire board. We had to move quickly under the light of the moon. Nate and I jacked up the shed, its groans ringing. I bolted on wheels off a junk trailer, reinforcing the foundation with steel. It resembled a pirate vessel on casters. Our trial run was a catastrophe, as she'd lunged 2 feet, tilted, and ejected. "Screws," Nate shouted. "Halt!" Like we were sinking a submarine defeated. I sat in the garage. Disheartened, heavy Anna fetched iced tea, her touch calming. "Are we crazy?" I asked. "Yes," she said, "but we're right with 3 days left." Anna suggested a barbecue to distract the HOA Operation Brisket. She dubbed it Plotting with Color-Coded Charts. We'd have a huge cookout during the inspection, enticing the board with food and media. Bus Laura arranged a local news crew to report on community spirit. Maya set up a GoPro inside the shed, streaming to her tablet, and Nate hooked up a motion sensor to play Dad's voice from a recording from years ago. "Sharpen the blade, son, clean work, clean life." It was spooky, but flawless. The scheme ensnare Linda in the shed, drag it to the streets, border beyond HOA jurisdiction, while the barbecue distracted all the morning of our yard was a celebration. Neighbors flooded for brisket and activities. Children bounced within a rented castle, and Nate, grilled in an apron reading Meet Maestro Linda, showed up at noon. Clipboard shining, lips compressed. Laura cut her off, complaining about sidewalk cracks. Linda's eyes fixed on the shed, painted to blend with the house surrounded by geraniums. Too perfect. She strode over and stepped in. Nate waved to Mia, triggered Dad's voice. Honed the blade. Linda froze, startled. Greg and Susan followed her, and curious, Nate jammed the door shut, 3 down. He whispered. Anna at the food table announced raffle winners, keeping the crowd in the dark. I revved up the tractor, heart pounding. The shed rolled groaning like an ancient monster. Neighbors cheered, thinking it a prank. Mia's GoPro revealed Linda holding her clipboard screaming about code violations, while Greg was seasick and Susan pried at a nailed-up window. Dad's voice looped clean, work clean life. The shed bounced over a sidewalk bump, shuddering. Nate yelled, "Push!" I gunned it, hoping it held. Then a police cruiser showed up. Officer Hayes, who once ticketed me for obstructive hedges, stepped out. "Rick, what's this?" he asked, moving aside a structure for maintenance. I said, feigning calm. He eyed the shed, Linda's screams distant. "Is that Grayson in there?" "Yes, sir. Voluntary entry." He rubbed his neck. "I'm grabbing lemonade. 10 minutes. I saw nothing." He strolled to the drink table we rolled on, reaching the cul-de-sac's edge outside HOA turf. Neighbors tossed confetti. Daisy barked wildly. Linda's shouts grew operatic, her heels thumping the walls. Maya blared march music. Then Laura ran up news crews here. Linda called them for a property value story. A Channel 5 van pulled up, camera rolling. Laura spun it, pitching HOA over each. The reporter bit, shooting the shed's journey. The latch snapped. Linda exploded out, hair wild blouse, preceded by a queasy Greg and Susan, who vomited in a bush. "This is a crime," Linda shrieked, seeing the camera. She protested kidnapping, but the GoPro revealed her entering freely. I stopped the tractor, the shed crunching to a stop. Anna hugged me, Nate fist bumped, and the crew surged. That night's HOA meeting was filled. Linda Pearls, choking her, raged about anarchy. I discussed the shed's past, Dad's legacy, and unjust rules. Mia's video factual played, featuring Linda's trespass, Nate's migratory building design spiel, confused all. Anna introduced bylaws. Linda violated unauthorized access harassment. A resident sought to evict her, hand raised. Suddenly, Linda stormed out. Pearl spreading, Laura became interim president, suspending fines and introducing a legacy building clause. The city hearing was charged. Neighbors packed the hall, some wearing work boots, others in business attire. Daisy wore a bow tie, a crowd pleaser. Mia's timeline with footage. And affidavit exposed Linda's overreach. I shared the shed's story. Dad's hands, my youth, its quiet endurance, a 2001 photo of us painting it, sealed its pre-HOA status. The HOA's lawyer cited nuisance codes, but Laura countered. It was mobile during inspection, outside rules. Maya's binder detailing Linda's selective enforcement crushed their case. A petition with 130 signatures demanded her removal. The clerk ruled the shed was exempted fines, nullified a historic treasure. Linda, on vacation, accepted a Florida HOA position prohibiting tiki torches. Laura made easy regulations, starting a fix-it team for neighborly fixes. The shed turned into a local legend. Children drew it, tourists took pictures. We threw a block party, lights across its roof. Anna rested on my shoulder. "This will be a legend," she whispered. I nodded. Let it serve as a reminder to people to stand up for what's theirs. The shed remained weathered but upright, evidence that a tractor and obstinate love can redefine a neighborhood.